Good day, friends. Good day, humans. And good day, all the rest of, non-humans, hybrids, aliens, zombies, walking robots, interdimensional parasites, and so on. You're all being informed that this is the end of your time. I'm talking for the latest ones that I mentioned. I'll repeat this again and again and again until there's nobody of you here who will be able to hear it, meaning that you will be no more. So today's little story goes with a title like this: Commercialism versus Integralism, and who's winning? Commercialism, I'm referring to profiteerism or profit mongering, which is equal to me as the warmongering, which is equal to me as religious separation, as the nation separation, the races, color skin separation. On all of these actions you can make money. And most of these, or few of these, rich ones or very nasty ones were making billions, quadrillions, and gazillions of fake dollars, pretending they are something very special. Yet their specialty, or their being special, was only fed by the ones who've been in lack, the ones who've been considering they are less special. So by you equalizing the field where their profits are not something of importance to you, you becoming actually much more special to yourself. And yet at the same token, these rich ones are losing their grip over you, because they are not more special than you or more rich than you. As soon as you equalize the balance between the ones who are you admiring, doesn't matter. The rich guys, successful I'm talking in quotes, the scientist guys, the doctors dudes, and whatever of these fake titles that were roaming this planet for a couple of centuries, at least in the last couple of centuries. Yet nobody is talking about an artist. Nobody is talking about true creators. Not talking artists in a musical or movie theater of the fake illusion, where you've been pulled over your eyes a thick screen of dollar sign, which just gives you a fake state of their good artistic ability, where they're equalizing their huge artistic power by how much money and what kind of living surfaces they have, let's say housing and assets and whatever. Yet nobody talks about real artists, the ones who can live without anything, the ones who live on the minimum of these financial means, dollars, euros. These are the real artists. They're still enjoying their life, if they're not too greedy to be as rich as their poor neighbor, or if they don't admire some fake entity that is dancing naked on the stage and calling herself Lady or Madonna, Maria, and whatever other fake religious names they are putting themselves on. So, definition of sport, what you would say would be for you. For me, profit to some profit to few and loss for everybody else. You're not only losing money by admiring some sport figure or entertainment figure. You are losing your energy, and what's the worst and very, very hidden, you're losing your soul. You're wondering how. These are the thieves, these are the dark magicians, or just like frontmen of the dark magicians in the background, who are stealing your soul slice by slice. And it will continue until you say it's enough, until you say I don't have my soul for sale anymore. I will actually go in reverse and I'll collect back all my soul particles to be part of my present being. And how you can do this, and what to do to really collect your soul particles. One of the simple start points is go to creationlightship.com and do your own research there. Do some healings for you if you're ill of anything. If you're not, just enjoy your mental disabledness and stay slave. Stay spiritual slave to these dark masters who are controlling this planet for millions of years. Truly millions of years. They always presented themselves as a different entity. They were dinosaurs in one of the civilizations. They were rich brotherhood of Galactic Federation who came here to save the humanity in another one. Now they're so disguised that they look like humans, but they are your politicians, they are your sports guys, they are your entertainment guys, and they are your finance gurus who will not tell you the real truth. The only thing they want from you, they don't want your really money because they already have it. They're just giving you crumbs. Yet what I want from you is your soul. And it can only be obtained by these guys, these freaks, if you allow it. So humanity allowed this for centuries, for millennia, for thousands, hundreds and thousands of years. We are feeding them, or let's better say, you are feeding them every single incarnation that you come here. And your spirit, your soul energy becomes smaller and smaller and smaller until it just becomes a little dot, like when you make it on the paper. It just becomes like this. It's a tiny little dot. So can you live off this for, let's say, 3,000 years? No, you can't. You can barely survive 50, 60, 100 years. Yet your last, let's say, 50 years of life is total misery. Otherwise you are maybe disabled, you are terminally ill, they call it terminally ill, or you're just total delusion, just empty mind, and they call it Alzheimer and all the other kind of syndromes they are invented, which basically is no soul. And when you have no soul, or you have very little left, you're absolutely open to infringement of these dark entities who are wandering around. And they're just taking your physical body. So what to do with this physical body when it's taken? Can you take it back? You can try. You can try to get it back through creationlightship.com. But you have to be aware that this is possibility, that there is a chance for every single slice of the soul to be reintegrated back into your well-being. Easiest way, if you recognize where you lost your integrity and why you lost your integrity and why you're still losing your integrity every day. Because you become too commercialized. You commercialize life for the sake of profit, for the sake of fame, for the sake of simply remaining half alive or half dead, walking this planet, not even realizing how big gift that you had when you've been born, when you had life, when you've been given a life from a prime creator. So what is the biggest concern for most of the, let's call it, human beings here on planet at the present time? It's a survival. It's a how I will pay my bills. Do I have anything to eat for tomorrow? I have to have a covering over my head. And you never, or I'm sorry for the ones who are actually doing this, but I'm talking in general. You are never making a decision that you could be maybe responsible for this for this state of life that you are in. Because you gave your rights, your power to choose to other people, to other creatures, to other entities, to commercial entities, governments, banks, food suppliers, entertainers, and so on. So, is there a way out? Yes, there is. Is there a way out to start really appreciating yourself a bit more? Start for a day. Start seeing what you achieved. And start seeing what you still have left. You have dignity within you. How big it is doesn't matter, but you still have it. You have a moral compass that you know what is right and what is not. You have a source of energy that feeds you every single breath you take. So they cannot take this away from you, otherwise you'll be dead. So until you breathe, you know that you are very, very much connected with the Prime Creator. Take it 24 hours at a time. Don't jump into conclusions how you're going to live or what you want to achieve in 10 years from now. This is another dark magic trick when they're putting some kind of, future predictions and programming into your mind so you don't live in the present moment. So start appreciating yourself more. Start seeing that money is nothing else but a false attempt to take all of your soul particles away from you, meaning all your decisions away from you. Because if you have to work a mining job for 20 hours a day to sustain your life and life of your family, you're nothing else but a slave. Yet, if you think that this is necessary to continue like this, you're nothing else but a fool. If you're finding that you can still continue working there in the mines or in the banks or in any kind of production lines, you start doing it for the sake of your own benefit, not for the benefit of these crooks who are owners of everything around you, and they even own you at the present moment. As soon as you've been born, you've been assigned a social number, a social insurance number, or a birth certificate, and you've been basically just taken. Yet it's up to each individual of us to make this decision not to be a slave anymore. Not to live a life in a commercial aspect. So switch it. Try to live in a spiritual way where the only benefit you can have is to get better than you've been yesterday. You become a better man and better woman than you've been yesterday. Being better means being more free, being more self-aware. What you've done wrong yesterday, so you can fix it. You can fix it today. With your actions, with your truth, not the truth that was being given through the media or through the political parties or social parties. So be a better man than you've been yesterday.